Hi everyone, welcome back to class. In today's video, we will see what is this keyword in Java and where do we use this keyword in Java. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, I have taken the class name as keyword. Okay, and I have taken the instance variable having the variable name as name1 which is of type int. So instance variable is declared inside the class and outside the method or constructor or a block of code. Okay, and I have taken the two methods, one is call and another method which is display. Okay, and I have taken the parameter to the method call which is of type int. Okay, so the execution of Java code starts with main method. Okay, so as call method and display method both are of non-static methods. In order to call them, we need to create an object for the class keyword, right? So how to create the object? That is keyword, which is the class name, followed by reference variable. Here I have taken the t1 as reference variable equals to new keyword used to create an object for the class, followed by a constructor keyword which is having the same name as that of class. Okay, so with the reference variable t1, I am calling the method call by passing the argument 5. Okay, the moment this particular call method gets called, this 5 value will be assigned to this name variable which is of type int. So here, the moment this particular call method gets called, the 5 value will be stored into the parameter number of the method call. Okay, the 5 will be assigned to num variable and it enters into the this particular call method block. So what happens, number value is 5, right? So 5 value will be assigned to number 1 where number 1 is the instance variable. Okay, so what we are doing next step, t1 dot display. So we are calling the method display using the reference variable t1. So the moment you call this particular method, this particular block of code get executed. So what happens, we are trying to print the value of a instance variable number 1. So what we did previously, we just assigned the 5 value that is stored in number which is a local variable and assign that value to the number 1 which is the instance variable. And the moment we call this particular display method, this particular block of code get executed. So what happens, number 1 will give the output as 5 because we have assigned the number value that is 5 to the instance variable number 1 and we are trying to print the number 1 value, so it gives the output as 5. So here number 1 is the instance variable. Okay, and you can see here the instance variable is having the name number 1 and the local variable is having the name number. So both the instance variable and the local variable is having the two different names. So there won't be problem when you assign the number value to the instance variable. Okay, but suppose here if the instance variable and the local variable is having the same name, then we may face difficulty in assigning the value to the instance variable. So what happens? We have created the object for the class keyword and using the reference variable t1, we are calling the method call by passing the argument 5. So this particular call method gets called. So 5 will be assigned to this particular variable number. And what we are doing inside the block, we are assigning the value of a number variable to the variable number, but this particular number variable acts as a local variable default. So, and if you try to get the value of a this particular instance variable, what we do, with the reference variable t1, we are calling the method display. So this particular block of code get executed and this is the instance variable. So here what happened, we are assigning the local variable value to the local variable itself and we are trying to get the value of an instance variable. So if we do not assign the value to an instance variable, by default it gives you the output as 0 for the integer type and we are calling the display method. So this particular number which is instance variable, we are trying to get the value of it, right? And suppose if you try to execute it, you may get this particular variable value as 0. So let us try to execute it. See, you got the out. So here, in order to show the difference between the instance variable and the local variable, when having the same name, we make use of this keyword. So how to use this keyword in Java? So inside the method call, I'm taking a here this keyword, that is this dot followed by a instance variable name, that is number. Okay, so here what happens is this particular variable number acts like a local variable, and it is having the scope only within this particular block, and this particular variable, that is this dot number, acts as a instance variable. Okay, now when you execute this particular method, and here if you try to get the value of this dot number, so this particular this dot number acts as a instance variable. So this keyword is used or refers to the instance variable of the class keyword here. Okay, so when we call this particular display method using the reference variable t1, this particular block of code get executed, right? And what we are doing, we are trying to print the value of a instance variable, that is this dot number. So this keyword refers to the instance variable, and if you try to execute it, you may get the value as 5, not 0. See, you got the output 5 because we are using the this keyword here. So this way we can use this keyword when instance variable and the local variable is having the same name. So this keyword refers to the instance variable of a class. So this keyword helps in finding the difference between the instance variable and the local variable, so that we can easily able to assign the local variable value to the instance variable using this keyword. So this is all about today. Thank you for watching the video.